guys, welcome back. This is Ginny from Polly's Paper Studio. Now, you may remember that we did a 12 Days of Christmas in July series, and one of the most popular videos of that series was taking pre-made boxed Christmas cards and dressing them up and updating them so that they are beautiful handmade cards for your friends and family. And everyone really enjoyed that video. We got such a great feedback from it that I thought I would do something similar for our Christmas ideas for the actual month of December, and I would turn it on its head and do a little something different. So instead of taking a card and making a card, we're going to take a tag and make 4 different cards. So very different looks on these cards with the same set of tags. So I picked these up at, ooh, that's shiny, our local Dollar General. And what I liked about them is that they are very foiled. They're glossy. They're beautiful. Has a nice little snowflake detail on them. There was quite a few in the package, and I didn't use these for this project because I have a home decor idea that I want to use these for the blue ones, so I'm going to save those. But I did use this one, and I got 4 very sweet cards. Now, these are all going to my family, and they live across the country, so I wanted these to be perfectly sized for standard envelopes. Now, I've got a ornament here in a wreath with some embossed cardstock. This one is a lovely banner that is raised on spacers to create a little bit of a shadow effect on the middle with some baker's twine and die cuts. I have a smaller wreath here on gorgeous plaid with a bow and jingle bells. That's very festive. And then I also created one that has the lovely burlap texture here. This is a very homespun country inspired, but it's updated because I added this layer of vellum that I embossed with a fun texture. So I'm going to show you how I make all of these different cards. And if you want to check out the 12 Days of Christmas series that we did this summer, I will link that in the description below because there's still a lot of great inspiration and you still have time. Today is December 12th. It's not usual that I'm making the video on the day I post it, but it just happened to be that way today, and it is 33 very cold degrees, so I am happily staying inside working on my project. So like I said, I'll leave a link in the description for that series and the video where we updated the boxed cards. So let's make these cards together. So my first card is going to start off with that green cardstock. I've decided to use that for all of the cards just to keep it consistent and make it easy to cut. And then I've got a layer of white cardstock as well. I ran this through with the snowflake embossing folder, and so it's going to have a nice detail and texture but not be very contrasting. And I'm just going to add that using my double-sided adhesive tape. I want to have a neutral on top, and then I'm going to add a stripe at the bottom so that I can add my next layer and it will really be a nice focal point. So this is also a great way to use up some of the scraps that have gone into the bin of all the holiday papers I've been creating with. And so make a tag or make a card or make a gift tag, and make sure that you're using up all those good supplies. Okay, so the plan for this card is that I want to create an ornament out of that tag. So I have a basic, it's very basic ornament die. It's just very simple. It fit on that sentiment on the tag very well, so I was happy about that. I cut out one that is 110-pound cardstock, and that is because I have to join a few pieces together to get the full ornament, and so I need something to glue it to. Then I did also cut out one of foam, and then when you put foam through your die cutting machine, it tends to leave the mark where it would be embossed if you ran it through again. I cut along that line so that I would have just enough to support that ornament shape, but I didn't want any of the foam showing around the outside. So now I have a good base for my ornament, and you can see how that cut very cleanly and nicely, and I've got that shiny sentiment inside. I'm just going to add that with a little bit of this wet glue so that I have a second or two to move it around and get it exactly where I want. And I'm going to spin it. You see how I want to line up the ornament hanger portion so that everything looks seamless. Okay, to finish the top, I ran that ornament die through one more time, and then I clipped off the top part. I put some adhesive on and some embossing powder, and then I heat set it so it's nice and shiny and sparkly, and it's cut just so that it will look like the top of a Christmas ball. A little more glue will hold that down. These cards are pretty festive, and despite my best efforts, my family does like a less is more style. And so I really did try to create cards that would work for what they like, even if it meant I didn't get to add flowers and ribbons and all the chipboardy bits. But I think they'll be pretty happy with that. These are specifically for them and they are their style. Okay, how adorable is that ornament? I love it. I want to add a bit of a frame around it, and I thought that this sort of a scribble frame looks like a wreath, and I want to kind of look at where the foliage is going to land because I don't want it to go over the top or over the sides and be fragile. So I think I want it at it about right here, and I'm going to just use this mono adhesive on some of the bigger leaves to tack that down, and a little bit on the inside, but it won't need much because it's a pretty small wreath. Okay, so for the ornament, I want it to hang on a little bit of pretty gold twine. So I'm just going to run that through the loop here and pull it back through itself, making sure that I'm leaving enough to get all the way up over the top of that card. Okay, more of that wet glue will hold that foam in place. Make sure you hold your twine out of the way so it doesn't get glue on it, and then position the ornament so that it looks like it is right side up. Then I'm going to take that twine, fold it over the top, and stick it to the adhesive on the back so that it's just sandwiched in between those layers. Then I can add this card front to the base, which I have finished on the inside with some coordinating paper. And because this is for my family, I haven't added the sentiment yet, but I will add a nice layer of that green cardstock and a section where we can write out our holiday messages, and add this to the card base. I've got a couple little extra details to add here, which are the berries from my Holly and Berry die set. I cut these from glittery cardstock, so they're a little extra festive. And I think if I angle them this way, and then I can add this bow right at the top, that will be a nice balance of all that extra color and sparkle. Adding these berries with the hot glue actually also helps to hold that wreath down because the pieces are so finely detailed that it would be hard to get a lot of adhesive on it to hold it down, but this is going to hide the adhesive underneath and also help to secure the wreath. And that is it for card number 1. And I think this is really very sweet and charming and even almost a little bit country inspired. So that's card 1. Okay, now I'm on to card 2. And I have one more card base prepared with the pattern paper on the inside. This, by the way, is 5 by 6.5 inch, and so that will fit in a standard size envelope. My family lives in Texas and also in Florida, so I am shipping from Michigan, and I want to make sure that I have a regular standard size envelope to mail these cards in. So, okay, there is the front, and I have another one of that same image. I just love that it's foiled and it's a little bit extra shiny, and that snowflake is just super sweet. Okay, that is going down flat against the card, and I have created a banner shape with 110-pound cardstock. I cut the center out with my circle die, and then I topped it with a little bit of this holiday washi tape. So has a little bit of detail, but not crazy. Okay, trim at the bottom is just some cute baker's twine. Picked this up from Really Reasonable Ribbon. I wrapped it around a few times and then tacked that bow in place with a little bit of glue so that it wouldn't move around. And then I've popped all the back up with the double-sided foam adhesive. Now, if you really wanted to, you could easily turn this into a shaker card by adding a little bit of the acrylic to the front, and then making sure that you have your spacers connected. That way all your little shaker bits won't fall out. And then you want to use 2 layers of that for a shaker tag or card so that it will have room to move around. And so I'm just going to use this as a banner right in the center. Now I want to make sure that I get that as straight as I can, and it will cover up the edges of that tag underneath. So now I'm going to just add a couple last details, which are some more of that holly leaves and the sparkly berries. I'm going to overlap that edge just a little because I think that looks nice. And then these berries, and that card is done. Okay, card 3 has some amazing plaid. This is from Authentique, the Nostalgia collection. I just love it so much, and I'm still using that same green border. That made it very easy to cut out all of the bases and prepare them for finishing, and also that extra layer of cardstock makes them more sturdy. So I've got a die cut doily here for this card, and it's just going right in the center. So I picked up these at our local dollar store. It's a Dollar General, and there was a person in the aisle, and she was doing some kind of stocking or something, and that poor individual did not have the holiday spirit. She was full of something, but it wasn't Christmas joy. So I've got this smaller wreath now, and I'm going to add this as a base to start adding a few extra layers on. And then I'm going to tack these larger branch on the top, and that will hold that down on the top. These are cut from that same green as my borders, and I think these pieces are really filling in the top very nicely. So there is that. Okay, for the final detail, I have a plaid bow that I topped with a burlap string bow and 3 very sweet little silvery jingle bells, and that is going to go right there at the top. And that is it for card 3. Okay, so for our final card, I have the same green card stock as before. This time I've picked a very smart looking tartan plaid. I've built up a fair amount of structure behind it because I want to wrap some bulky item around it, I need to leave room so that this can be adhered to the card base and it will be flat. Before I do that though, I want to add this piece, which is vellum, and I ran this through my embossing folder. I didn't have enough room to do the whole thing in one go, so I flipped it around, but it's not a concern because I'm going to hide that overlap underneath some layers. Now, typically, vellum is a challenge to adhere, but because I'm adding those extra layers, I'm going to secure this with my tiny attacher so I can be confident it won't move. First, I want to tack it into place so that I know I've got it down square and level. So I'm just going to make sure I've got that right where I want it. This piece of vellum was cut with the coved stitched rectangle border that I got when I worked from Cherryland Designs, and this could be replaced with any shape that you like. This particular one just fits the shape of card nicely, I think, so I reached for that. Now that I've got this where I want it, hold it very securely and use my tiny attacher. I've got plenty of room there, you see, because I've got that space left for the burlap, and I'm just going to tack that into place. And now I know that it is not going to move. So I've got that down now on the card base, and I am just adding a simple white die cut doily right to the center. I'm breaking that up with a little of this candy cane stripe, which again I got into my scrap bin for, and this is a perfect way to use up that extra little bit. Here is that tag, and that's going right in the center. And then I've got a set of holly leaves and berries for each side. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I think I am really into the burlap with the plaid on this. I think that it just looks like the perfect amount of texture and detail. Even though it's a relatively flat card, it just has so much texture and interest to it. So that is all for card 4, and I'll just get the other cards out here so you can see that we used that same image and created 4 very different and fun and festive holiday cards with 1 pack of that Christmas tag from the dollar store. So if you enjoyed this project, make sure you give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, remember to subscribe, and as always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye!